When your kids were little, did you have the idea that you could kind of like design your kids? Like you could, kind of mold and shape what they become in the world, like who they become, like if academics are important to them, what they go to college for, assuming that you wanted your kids to go to college, because don't for most of us we think that's the right correct way kids must go to college. You graduate high school, you go to college, then you get married, and then you buy a house, and then you have babies, and you'll have a really prestigious job. You're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever it is that your family says is important, right? And the thing is, we don't actually get to design our kids. They already are people. They already innately know who they are. They may not be able to verbalize it, or when they verbalize it, they might get shut down. Oh, you can't be an astronaut. No, you need to do something more reasonable. Or, oh, I want to be an artist or a singer or a dancer or an actor or a football player. No, no, no. Now, honey, that's for other people. You need to like think smaller. Like you can do things, but you need to do things that are more reasonable, more realistic. And then our kids, like, then they stop maybe telling us who they are because we're not listening. We have this idea of what we want them to be. For me, I'll just share my story. I dressed my kids in the preppiest of clothes. I got them very like the toys I got them, even when they were one, would teach them something. We can't just play for fun. We don't need to be having fun. We're gonna make learning fun, and we can just learn all the time. So we're very intelligent. We can be very wealthy and very successful and all the good things in life. So all of their games and toys taught them numbers and colors and sounds and all the things, right? It couldn't just be for fun. That would just be like crazy. Do kids just like to have fun for the sake of having fun? Who does that? And so, even though they were intelligent kids and they did have fun, I just had this idea that they would be these we would take pictures by the fireplace as a family in clothes that all coordinated, which is great if that's who you are. It's not really exactly who I am, but I thought that was what was best. And it's definitely not who my kids are. Oh my God. I'll have to put pictures in the comments of what my kids looked like when they were little and I dressed them. Mommy dressed them so cute in their little matching things. And they liked the clothes then. But then, about the time my son hit 7, he was like, I ain't having this. You should see there was a school picture where he put 3 layers of clothes that he wanted on top of the cute little outfit I dressed him in for his school pictures. And he had this little like smirk on his face in the picture. So the thing is that our kids are going to be whoever they're going to be. Kids are actually born with over 400 psychological traits that have nothing to do with us. This is just who they already are. It's actually kind of like a genetic mosaic of our whole extended family. So they might get this little trait from their grandmother and this little trait from this cousin and this one from their uncle and just put that all into like a unique little mosaic. How cool is that? But we don't get to pick that. It comes in with them. It's in their DNA. And so we get to create the environment that our children grow in and hopefully thrive in, but we don't get to decide who they are. It's up to us to help them discover who they are and love who they are, to support them in this journey of finding themselves without like kind of chip away at what the world has told them they are or they should be or they have to be, and let them just be who they already are. And so it's more like the example I heard, which I loved, and I wish I knew the name of the gentleman I heard this from, but he was genius in his talk, was that we're not really engineers of our kids where we're getting to like design them and create them and make them become something. We're shepherds, right? So it's like we don't get to make the sheep into dogs or anything else, no matter what we do, no matter what kind of music we play while the baby's in utero, no matter what kind of intelligent toys we give them and preppy clothes we dress them in. They're already going to be who they're going to be. The sheep are going to stay sheep, right? Because that's what they already are. Our job is to be the shepherd and take care of them the best we can. Let them become the best versions of themselves. Can you imagine if your parents had done that for you? How different would life have been for you growing up if your parents had just loved you as you were and stopped trying to make you into whatever doctor or lawyer or sports figure or academic or whatever they wanted you to be? And those things are all great, nothing wrong with those. But if it's not who you are, it's so stressful and frustrating to have a parent try to force you into their tiny little box. So if you didn't like it being done to you, please don't do it to your kids. And I know it can be scary to be like, but what if they're this or that? I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out. Maybe it's not as bad as we think. I'm going to post pictures in the comments of my kids when they were little and mommy dressed them and pictures of who they are now. They're their own rock stars, and I absolutely love it. Tell me, who are your kids? Like, really, tell me who they are versus who you wanted them to be or who you thought they were or who you thought they would be. And if you got pictures, show, like, how did you dress them when they were little? When they started dressing themselves and really became who they are, let me see who they are. I would love to see your kids shine.